As part of my 2025 goals, I would like to run a full and half marathon. And so right now I'm in my half marathon build. And a part of the training schedule is distance days, of course. And for me, the distance day lies on Saturday afternoons. It's a sacred time where I push myself beyond my mental and physical limits, and it's difficult. But a part of my routine is I go to my favorite coffee shop in the morning to write, which I do every day, but it's important for me to do on this day, especially. The coffee shop, I catch myself every now and then trying to convince myself not to go and run, not to go and do what I told myself I was going to do. I say to myself, go home and relax. After all, it is the weekend and no one will know if I don't do this. I do this from the time I wake up to when I'm lacing my shoes. But I found something that helps me get through the resistance. It's just a simple word, but it's backed by a deep, almost emotional meaning. That word is endurance. Throughout my long runs, I chant this word in my head: endure, endure, endure. I even wrote this word on the bill of my hat, so when I'm running, I see it in my peripheral vision. It's a great reminder to have. In this video, I want to talk to you about endurance and what it means to me, but also about its inseparable connection with another force. That force is hope. Endurance is more than about running a race. It's the strength to persist through various trials, even when progress feels invisible and desired results are uncertain. Endurance can be forged over time, and it's shaped by wisdom and by the battle wounds of your past that have now turned into scars. To endure is to trust. To endure is to act with courage. And to endure is to practice patience. Endurance is the ability to proceed on the journey you've been called to pursue, even when there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and when there's voices whispering in your ear that there is no hope. Endurance is saying to yourself throughout bleak circumstances that this is difficult, but I can continue. Something better is possible. Because to endure is to hold on to hope. And hope isn't merely passive optimism. It's a belief reinforced by thousands of years of change that this too shall pass. One constant remains throughout life. That is change. I used to view change as something that made life worse. Of course, change can be bad, but it's a form of self-sabotage to think that change is always bad. I find it helpful to remind myself and say to myself that things get better. Things get better often beyond our imagination. What good does it do to think otherwise? It's cynical to think otherwise. And cynics in our lives disguise themselves as realistic thinkers to comfort themselves in their own stagnation. And they do so while sitting leisurely on the sidelines, waiting for any opportunity they can get to tell an optimist that you were wrong. You should have lowered your expectations. You shouldn't have risked it. But optimists endure anyway. And even amongst the challenges and trials we face, we hold on to hope and we become unbreakable in the process. So to tie endurance and hope together, I sum it up like this. Through hope, we become aware of the potential for positive change, while endurance gives us the strength to persevere through difficult times, ensuring hope is never lost. Hope and endurance act as inseparable companions. Without endurance, hope crumbles in the face of challenges, and without hope, endurance loses its purpose and drive. So that's how I think of endurance and hope, and the collision of the two, and how it can make you absolutely unbreakable. Because no matter the demons you're battling, to hold on to hope through heartbreak, through loss, betrayal, and agony is to endure. And to endure when you've been knocked down and pain infuses throughout your mind, body, and your soul, yet you rise again anyways, is to have hope.